All right. Next question. I get this one a lot. Are J bands and Plyos before a start okay? This is again one of those questions, man. I know I sound like a broken record, but anytime it's a question like of a routine standpoint or a throwing standpoint, it's super individual specific, right? Like, I'll be honest. I've played around with thousands and thousands of routines. I've been somebody that has had the hour-long warm-up. Dude, when I was in high school, when I was like 18, I remember like having the crossover symmetry bands, the J bands. We didn't have really Plyos back then, but I had like a little ball that I would do like some externals. I literally had this whole routine, like 90 minutes, which included like a 30-minute long toss. And then now it's funny where I'm at right now is like I'm a very, very simplistic warm-up guy. Like I don't need much to warm up. I don't really even do J bands. I throw Plyos still, but on a given occasion. But I would just say listen to your body, man. I think the most important part is, again, not doing something because you see someone else doing it. Actually have a reason behind why you're doing it, because your body responds or your arm responds really well to it. That's a great reason. Always say that if someone asks. But you also need to be real with that. Like if you're doing a bunch of warm-up stuff and then you go into your throwing and you get halfway through your throwing and you're freaking gassed, then we might need to look at other areas to start changing, right? But yeah, my biggest encouragement out of that question, why is it over here again? Biggest encouragement out of that question is, again, just figure out what you need to be warm, comfortable, ready to rock. J bands, Plyos, if that's something that gets you going, gets you warmed up, then go for it. I will say, I believe it was 2017. It was the first year back for me as a starter. And so I immediately thought like, I got to get back into my starting pitching routine, which involved like a big old warm up and a big old post throw cool down and all these other things. And I started realizing that, my volume for just overall stress per day was super high because I was doing all of these other things, let alone throwing a baseball with more volume because I was starting. So it wasn't until probably like mid 2018 where I really looked at that and was like, okay, I'm getting worn down. And I have to look at all these other protocols that I have in place and like, see, do I really need that? Is it beneficial? But hey man, I'm a full believer in the placebo effect. And if that helps you from a mental standpoint to frickin' go dominate hitters, then by all means, you go do your J bands, you go do your Plyos, and you frickin', if you need to do some cartwheels and somersaults as well, you go do those. Whatever frickin' works, right? All right, guys, I'm out. Great questions. Until next time. See ya.